and Down Fridays.
I'm your host, Veronica Ward, along with...
Hey, I'm Sybrina Brown.
And our guest tonight is Miss
Afua Jones. Thank you, ladies. I appreciate you having me here.
Yes, thank you for coming.
Yes.
All right, you guys. We're going to get into the wine of the week. Okay, Sybrina girl, what we got this week?
I hope y'all ready to take a trip now.
Where we going this week?
We are going to Germany this week, y'all.
Okay.
Now, Germany, it produces like 2/3 of their production of wine is white wine, and 20% of that is a Riesling wine, and that's what we're trying tonight.
Oh.
Now, it's supposed to be like a crisp pear, citrusy notes in it, so I'm excited to try it. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's take our little trip to Germany now.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
Tastes like.
Cheers, ladies.
Cheers
Yes.
to the black sheeps.
Yes.
All right.
Mm. Ooh.
It's good.
Smooth.
It
is
is
smooth.
It's not super
too
sweet. No, it's a semi-sweet wine. It's
Yeah.
so good.
That's really good.
I like
that too. You know, I like white wines. I like them all.
It's light.
It's very
Very
light.
light.
Rieslings usually are. Love it.
Oh, I'm
and I
so
like the
good.
bottle too. And it's called Brie. It's a Brie white wine out of Germany. So make sure you guys.
Great pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Yes. Well, you guys, that's awesome. You guys, make sure you try that Brie. Okay, so y'all, last week we talked about the dress code.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. The response
Oh, my
from
goodness.
that was crazy.
That was good. That was
Yeah,
a good
that
show.
was
It
good. I mean,
I enjoyed that one.
We talked about everything from school to your job to your dating to everything.
Men, women.
Everything.
Your job, all of it.
Girl, some of the things, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Y'all know, so y'all ladies always dress nice.
Yes.
Always make sure you class, keeping it classic, men. We watching y'all now. You know, y'all kings, you know, we gotta carry yourself as such. So we appreciate you guys, all the feedback and the comments from last week's show.
We do.
And so this week,
Woo.
we would like to know,
Yes.
are you the black sheep in your family?
Wow.
Ain't that something? And I wonder how many people really think that about themselves.
It's like what does black sheep mean to you?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's a whole different type of, a thought, to a certain person. I mean, what do you think a black sheep, means to you?
I would always think if it was something that was bad. I thought it was something that was like an outcast or something shameful or, like you had did something so wrong and nobody wanted to be around you. Like, that kind of feeling like an outcast.
Yeah.
And it never, to me, was like a positive thing. It always seemed like it was something negative. So what do you think, Afua?
I think the same way. Whenever I think about black sheep, I think about definitely being an outcast, but I also think about just not fitting in.
Oh,
Yeah.
Not finding your footing.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I feel the same way. Like a person is misunderstood. They feel alone. Like
Yes.
they're the only one is getting treated that way, So that's how I feel.
Yeah. So, and I was thinking back and I was saying black sheep. I was like, wow, and a lot of people probably don't know this, but when I was younger, I was a teenage mom. And I had my oldest son, really young. And I had to go from place to place to place. I didn't really have anywhere to go with him. And so I had to learn how to be independent. I had to learn how to take care of my son. I had to learn how to, put my big girl drawers on, you know what I'm saying? So, and I felt ashamed because I felt like, oh my God, how can you get pregnant after one time, girl? Listen, how you get pregnant one time? But anyway, I'm just saying, one time. After one time, you get pregnant with this child and you have to take care of this child, but then you're thinking, oh my goodness, I brought all this shame on my family. Because you're thinking, will I finish school? Did I, where will I go? Will I just be this little mom with this baby the rest of my life and, not accomplish all of my goals? So it became a real struggle. I questioned myself. I put myself down for it because I was like, girl, you know better. How you going to get through high school? How you going to do this? Well, honey, I did, though.
Yes.
Yes, I
Overcame
did.
that.
And college. How about
Yes.
that? Now, with them degrees now, how about
Right,
that? Because I felt like I had to for him. You know what I'm saying? So it was a time when you just feel like you kind of feel worthless. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And you feel like everybody pointing. whispering and talking about you and all that. You just walk with your head down, like, don't look at me. You know, I'm just trying to I'm just trying to get through.
Get through.
You know what I'm saying?
Unfortunately, your family sometimes is right there, and they're supposed to be the ones who are supporting you or helping you get through that tough time, but they make you feel worse than any person on the street. You know what I'm saying? They should be that one who is nurturing you or showing you the right way to go, or even, you know, building up your strengths, but instead they make you feel bad for the mistake you made. So you're going to feel like, hey, I'm by myself.
And that's what it is. It's a mistake. Yeah. Everybody makes them.
Right.
Ain't nobody around here perfect, you know. But when people make mistakes, but sometimes some mistakes are a little larger than others.
Right.
And people feel like, oh, you make this mistake, it's going to just be so huge. How are we going to deal with it? But you have to pick yourself up and dust yourself off and say, hey, okay, I made this, I did this thing. To me, it wasn't a mistake because I adore my son. But anyway, I think I was a little too young, trying stuff. Girl, tried them little 2 minutes.
I know that's right.
Girl, what he worth all that? I'm just saying, you know. But anyway, you going through stuff like that, and you think, you know, you just experiment. You don't know. You're a child, and you just, you know, you just want to try to make it. Right. You want to get through.
Right.
So what you feel?
Well, when I think about it, first of all, thank you for your transparency, because I would say just our culture in general, we're always trying to be so hard and so put together and so strong and, you know, I handled that. But no, we have breakdowns and we have moments and we need to know that it's okay to have those moments. You know, part of being courageous is you still have that fear, but you're doing it in fear anyway. And you did that. And you decorating with your degree, with your business. Okay. So thank you for that transparency so that people can see that. But in listening to you, I thought I had my answer, but what I realized was that for me, at least, I felt like a black sheep in different stages and for different reasons. So as a child, I felt like a black sheep for one reason, but then there was a period of my life, like around 9 years old, when my mom joined the military. So then I became a military brat, and my mom joined the military as an officer. So I was a naval military brat officer of a black woman, which in the 80s, you know, it was rare. And so I can remember, like, even in base housing, we would be the only blacks in the officer quarters. So I would take the bus over to the black side of the Navy base and hang out over there. But so I felt like a black sheep in that. But I always like presenting, and I've always done that even as a child. And certain training that I had, because I won't make apologies for my parents' success. So, you know, from those things, I've always felt like the black sheep. And then, like you were even saying, like in work, I can remember being in corporate America for 11 years, and every time we would do a presentation, I would always stand up, and I would be the only person in a room standing up amongst my peers. And so I'd have to look at everybody sneering at me, you know, looking at me like, okay, who she thinks she is. And, you know, and then, so I felt like a black sheep in that. You know, I maybe have one side of my family where I feel like, you know, I'm looked down upon. And then I have one side of my family where I feel like they look like, you know, look at me like, oh, well, who she thinks she, you know. So it's like, I don't fit in there. So I feel like I have it in different stages. You know, we were just talking about parenting. You had your first at a certain age, and I had my first at 27. So there's something that goes along with that because, you know, here, you know, even now I have a 10-year-old. So I can be in elementary school, and a lot of the parents there are, you know, a lot younger than I am. So, you know, you get the point.
Wow.
That's
great. So what about you? It's been like...
I felt like a black sheep. It's kind of strange. Because I left home and got married at 17. Y'all don't do what I do. But I got married at 17, moved away, far away from my family. And all of my attention was towards his family and his world. And so I left all of my family behind. You know, the communication got cut off. Everything got cut. The visitation got cut off. So all my focus was on him and his family. So I felt like I was included, but not included, you know what I'm saying? And then from my family, when I came back after 20-some years, I felt like a stranger. You know what I'm saying? Even though I was loved and I was, welcomed in, I felt like I was separated because I missed so much. I missed so many years. I missed my nephews. I missed so much. Births and marriages and graduations. I missed everything. Because I was over here living my life, you know what I'm saying? So I'm still right now still learning who is who, and you know what I'm saying? I still feel like I'm still learning my blood family. It's sad, but
I remember when we went to the reunion and you were like, girl, who is that?
Who is that? It's
they were like, hi, Sybrina. You're like, girl.
I knew him when I was young, little bitty, but I didn't know him as an adult. When I should have gotten close to him and all that, so I felt different. I felt like people were looking at me kind of strange, like, who is she, or you know what I'm saying, and not wanting to come up to me because it's like I should know you, but I don't know you, so I don't know what to say. So it was just a really odd
weird thing.
It was odd for me, and I'm still trying to get myself together and trying to get it going, but it's gonna take some time, y'all.
You want to know, and I was just, and I think I was always like the one to pull family.
Right.
Who's this cousin? Okay, where do you live?
Right.
So I'm always like, I'm always trying to keep the family together and closer, and what do you say, and if I can help it, I'll try to reach out to them and all that. But that's because for a long time it was just me and my baby.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was me and my baby. And I wanted that. And I said I would never be away from my family. If God willing, if I could do anything to help it, I want to keep them all close in a little nest together like some eggs or something. And just to keep us close. I just think that's, people need good people in their life. They need good family oriented. Look, if your family can't come, get people that like family.
Yeah.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? Get people that like family. It's gonna love you like family and treat you like family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But don't get the ones that ain't gonna act right. Keep them juggles over there.
I read that people who are, taught to be or said that they are black sheep or have brought up like they're a black sheep of the family, they are the most spiritual and creative and smart people out there.
Amen.
Yes.
They go into who they are, and then they start learning about themselves and start experimenting and creating within themselves. And people might not appreciate it, but later on in life, they're going to show this art to the world.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? They bloom,
because they were shunned and put in their little, and they get in their own little world, their own little corners, and then they just start finding themselves.
Exactly.
Even though people can't see them, they see themselves.
Right.
And then later on in life, they bring out all this beauty, all of this power and
they inspire others by doing that.
Inspirations and motivations that they never knew they had because they were so pressed down with it. But when they got older, they brought it all out to you, baby. You're like, girl, that's the black sheep, girl. I didn't even know she could do all that.
Right.
Because you didn't take the time because you was pointing and talking.
It's so sad that people don't even take the time to see what these people are really about. You know what I'm saying? They want to shame them or say, oh, you stupid for doing that or whatever.
Yeah.
See what they're about. You know what I'm saying?
And I think about, man, we, as our culture, we are some of the most beautiful, strong people in the world.
Right.
And it's so sad sometimes because a lot of times we're talking down or shaming other people to look up. So we could, we want people to look up at us and we can shame down other people. And I think that's just wrong. But you don't know what that little person that you bullied or you talked down to or what, you don't know what that person gonna become. You could be that could be another Michelle Obama. You don't know it.
Don't you know it?
You don't know. You know, you got to treat people right from little bitty. Yeah. And you think about the black sheep. How often do you see that? How often do you see a beautiful black sheep? How rare
but when you see it, it's absolutely gorgeous. It stands out. You want to look
at
it. Yeah.
You look at you just imagine you're a farmer. You got all this farm number sheep. And you got all these white sheep, far as you can see. All of a sudden you see this black one.
Yeah.
And you spot that joker. And you like, boy, and it just pops and just stands out like, dang. The wool is just glistening, just beautiful because it's special.
Right.
And so every time now you think about a black sheep, you're like, dang, that's different.
Yes.
It's special. It stands out. And it's beautiful.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
And you know what? When you gave that analogy with Veronica's visions.
Yes, I tell you.
When you gave that analogy, what it really made me think about is yes, looking from afar off, how beautiful that is. But I thought about the black sheep itself, right there amongst all the
All
white
of them.
sheep.
Yeah.
And you might be feeling like, why am I the only one doing
Uh-huh.
this?
Yeah.
But from afar off,
Yeah.
when you look at it from a distance, when you see what the potential,
Yes. The potential of,
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I'm telling you, I mean, golly. And I was reading that one little thing that, you know, about how people are
View 'em,
judge
yes.
or view things
Yeah.
that they feel that dark or black is.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Black is always, in some people's mind, is associated with darkness,
Yeah.
and dirty, and ugly, or
Yes.
scary, or something. Like, it ain't never nothing
Right.
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that you would think that people just want.
Yeah.
But that is the most beautiful, because it is a combination of all colors. Put all the colors together and see what you get.
Right.
Something black and shiny and beautiful.
Yes.
And sparklies and sprinkles and rainbows and stuff. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
People you got to start thinking about that. Like, God made a beautiful color. And like it's not against any other color, because all the other colors are combined in it anyway.
Right.
Now, how about that? Now, write that down.
That's true.
and
That's
you know, it makes me think like what I would say, because I know we really want you all to be able to cope with where you're at, and it makes me think about, you know, what would I say to my younger black sheep self?
Yeah.
And so what I would say to my younger black sheep self would be, keep developing who you are.
Yeah.
Don't even shut out the outside
Right.
noise. Don't, as hard as it may be to pay attention, go inward as
Yes.
much as you can.
Yeah.
Because you are going to blossom.
Yeah.
You are going to
definitely
blossom.
will.
You don't think you will. And you might not even know, you know, a process or a blueprint, but just know to go, it's okay to go more
Right.
inward,
Right.
just like what you said.
Yeah.
And then what I would say to my adolescent black sheep self would be, you know, find what makes you happy.
Right.
Find you, okay, you went inward. Now, what made you happy about all of that?
Yeah.
And what I would say right now about myself is that I have truly transformed.
Oh,
And so,
Yes.
so I'm grateful
Transformation.
to come to a place where I appreciate
Yeah.
being different.
Good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Now listen,
Yes.
now people call me a little different, but I think it's in a good way. Like, I'm just me. I love people. I love having fun, you know, but I'm just me. I'm true to who I am.
Yes.
Right.
And but you know, people say I look crazy, girl. Don't believe them. Don't believe them people. You know.
That's right. Hey, I need to ding it too, cause
But I'm just saying, yeah, through that whatever. But yeah, I mean, but just be true to who you
Yes,
are.
yeah.
You know, and no matter your beautiful black skin, love every piece of it, baby.
Yes,
Because it is
have
gorgeous
to.
from cold black
Yeah.
to a high yellow. It's beautiful, all the shades in between. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So be proud of who you are. I'm proud of my little
Yes.
skin, whatever color this may
Oh,
be.
yes. I like what you said when you said just to be happy. And that's true. You have to find your own happiness. Even if you have to take yourself away from that situation. Some
Yes.
people just have to shun their family, be like, I can't be around
I
you
can't
because
even do
you
it.
are robbing my joy.
I
gotta move
can't
on.
do it.
Yeah, you
Because
gotta
some of
surround-
them will drive you crazy, let me tell you.
Yeah, you have to surround yourself
Some of
with
them-
people who gonna make you happy. You know what
Girl.
I'm saying? You gotta surround yourself with people like that.
You know what?
Yeah.
And some of them will make you try to take your damn piece. Well, let them do that.
And you know, you touched on it, and it's so true what you said. You touched on it. You know, I'm gonna take you to church, but I mean, even look at Moses. You know, make your own family. Sometimes you have to,
Yes.
you know, if you are in a toxic, you know, if you do have a toxic family, make your own family.
to.
Be where you are celebrated, not
Yeah,
tolerated.
that's
Oh,
right.
I
Look,
like
Be
that.
where you are
Yes.
celebrated,
Celebrate, not
not
tolerated.
I
tolerated.
like it.
Now, write that down.
Never that
No,
I'm
that's
telling
right.
you, because
That's
one
good.
thing I have learned, you have to find your own happiness, and you have to have your own peace.
Yes.
And you don't let nobody come in when you enjoying all that
Right.
and try to take that from you.
Mm-mm.
I ain't about to do it, boo.
No, you can't do
I'm
it.
just saying for a friend.
That's true. You should not have to do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's your life. They're not here to tell you what to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm supposed to tell you what to do anyway.
And you got nothing to do. You ain't got to listen.
Right.
You ain't got to
You ain't got to
No, you
listen
don't.
to it. Yeah. Okay, so
Yes.
okay, so we talk about the black sheep,
Mm-hmm.
how it has affected us, like, but you know, going through that process for me, it really made me stronger. It
Oh,
really
yeah.
did. Going
Yeah.
through those struggles and things like that, learning my own independence, learning how to have a voice for myself.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because at first I was so
Yeah.
ashamed and so I don't know, like introverted for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But then I started saying, hey, I can get a job. I know how to work. I know how to take care of myself. I can pay my own bills. My baby all right. Like, hey, I can do it. I got this. You know what I'm saying? And it just taught me that struggle, sometimes it's all right.
Yes.
You can get through a struggle. You just keep praying about it. You stay away from something that's going to keep bringing you down and taking your happiness away. And you just keep it moving. And eventually things get better. Before you know, you're like, oh, shoot, I bought a whole house.
A
A
whole.
whole house. Not
Write
a
that
half,
down.
but a whole one. Yeah.
Yes.
You bought a whole house. You got your little piece of car, girl. Got 3 wheels on it.
Yes.
Boom, but you roll that bad boy. You got your 3 wheels and your steering wheel and you roll it. So you don't care. You accomplished something. My first car was a 1976 Caprice Classic Burgundy. It didn't have no air conditioning in it, baby. But me and Betsy, her name was Betsy.
Oh, I remember Bessie.
Me and Betsy was rolling, baby.
I remember Bessie.
Bentley-
You drove Bessie from Georgia.
I
didn't
drove Betsy from Georgia
Yes.
all the way to Dallas, Texas,
Yes.
baby.
I
And she
remember Bessie.
overheated about 50 times. That's okay. We got there.
got here,
Yeah,
yes.
she got here, baby. Yeah, me and Betsy didn't last long, but she got here. Girl,
She had her
Yes.
season.
She had her
Oh.
season. I sure appreciate Betsy. Girl, but she was long though, girl. Betsy was long.
Yes, she was.
I couldn't parallel park her. I just had to park her in the grass.
What was your snap through to say, you know what, I want to reconnect with my family and
Divorce.
that'll do it. That'll do it.
That was like, you know, and when I did get divorced, I felt like I didn't know 2 + 2 was 4. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I didn't pay my own bills. I didn't do nothing, none of that for 22 years. You know what I'm saying? So I always relied on this one person, or the person made me feel like I couldn't do anything without them. And so once I did, it was like, oh, I'm Sybrina. Okay, I'm Sybrina. I can talk. I can do my thing by myself. I can yell at people when I'm mad. You know what I'm saying? I can do all of that. You know, but it takes a while. And I found a new word also. It's called infantilize, which means a person will come at you constantly and tell you can't do this, you can't do that. Oh, you don't know how to do that. You don't know how, let me do it for you. You don't know how to do it. It's like an infant. They treat you like an infant for years and years and years, to the point where you think that you can't do anything without them.
Yeah.
So you go through like you'll be a grown person. You're like, I need this person to help me do this, or I can't move up my mama's house. I need her help. I need her support. But it's a thing that people do to empower themselves, but it keeps that person from being a grown, mature adult. They stay in this childlike state.
Wow.
And it's kind of like a control.
It's like a control thing, but it's
to
like you're
make
in an
you feel
infant
like-
or a child state for years and years and years, because you have not learned to step out and be yourself.
Yeah, and I remember when Sybrina
Yeah.
came to Dallas, and she was just like, I could breathe.
Oh,
I could breathe,
Yeah.
and then she got here, she transferred and got her own place. She said, girl, I'm paying my own bills. And she was just like, this flower just blossomed.
Yep.
It was really a true transformation, just like what you said. It was amazing to see. I was like, girl, look at you.
Yes.
And I got this, filled her little apartment up behind it. We decorated. It was beautiful. But some people don't realize that they're in that, what you call it?
Infant state, infantilized.
That part.
That was
Infantilized,
good though,
yes.
because
Yeah.
I think sometimes single parents might do that to their children.
Yeah.
I mean,
that happens a lot.
That
It
is
does,
interesting.
Yeah. It's like you afraid for them to really go out there. You don't.
Yeah.
You feel like they're.
You think
like,
you're helping them, but
you
you're
don't
really kind of
enabling them,
Yes.
and you're not
Yes.
letting them really get out there to see what the world is truly
Right.
like. You're like, no, you might break a toenail or so,
Yeah.
that's all right. Them toenails will grow back. You'll be all right.
You gotta go bump up
The
a little
comments
bit.
are gonna be crazy. Are you
Yeah.
guys putting your
I
comments
hope they
in?
are.
Oh
Please
my
put
god!
comments.
Yes.
If you are the black sheep in your family, if you've
Yes.
overcome some
Yes.
struggles and stuff like that, let us hear your story. We
Yes,
would
we
love
wanna
to hear
hear that.
from you.
That
Yeah.
was really good. That was like
Yeah.
therapy.
Yeah.
I felt like I just had a section and carrying on.
Ding, ding, ding,
Yes. Very good.
Yes, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
And so you guys, and I do want you guys to know that Miss Jones here is an author.
We are
Yes.
so privileged to have you here,
Yes.
girl. I'm just trying to
She
tell
has
you.
done some amazing things. I mean, she has her own business. She's an entrepreneur. I mean, she's done it all. When I tell you, she got it going on. She got it going on.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit, Miss Jones, about your books you got to be.
Thank you very much. Thank you, ladies. I appreciate it. So I'm a 2-time author, actually working on my 3rd book. But for now, this first book, To Change the World, Begin with Yourself, 10 Steps to Walking into Your True Self with a Companion Journal. And I was actually just sharing with you all the story, how this came about. So if you follow me anywhere on Facebook and you go way back to when I first started, actually this started from a 30-day challenge. And actually lost 192 pounds. And so that's how this book came about. I'm going to just show you a quick sneak peek of the picture. And so you can see it's real. And even though I did lose that weight, this book is actually not about my weight loss. It's really about what happened to me in the process. So I touch on it, but it's really about what happened to me. And these are actually all real things that I really walked out for 30 days. And I've always been a writer. And, you know, Holy Spirit just spoke to me, and it was like, you know, this is a book.
Yes.
And so I did my book. My second book is Marriage Chronicles, and this is a compilation with several other authors. For those that may know, I'm married to my high school sweetheart.
Yes.
But
that's my brother Derek.
Yeah, Derek. Shout out to Derek. And but we are actually each other's second marriages.
Oh.
So even though we dated in high school, we also broke up, went our separate ways, and then came back together. So this just talks about having a strong Christian resilient marriage. And by the way, that was over 20 years ago. So we've been ever since. So yes, and I'm happy to read a portion of it. Or I would love for Miss Sybrina.
Oh, okay.
If you're comfortable,
I'm very comfortable. Yeah, no problem.
So we were talking about how we deal with being a black sheep.
Okay.
And we were discussing that obviously in the green room before the show.
Yes.
And Sybrina was asking how I dealt with that. And I said, you know, I think I would defer to my book. And so this is one of the pages in the book that she read so well.
Yes.
It says, we will all feel discouragement from time to time. I have felt despair many times in my life, but I do not make a place for it. I refuse to entertain it. It's not allowed to eat from my plate. The reason is this. In my spirit, I know something as you do. The Lord hears his people when they call to him for help. He rescues them from all their troubles. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted. He rescues those whose spirits are crushed. The righteous person faces many troubles, but the Lord comes to the rescue each time. For the Lord protects the bones of the righteous. Not one of them is broken.
Amen.
Amen.
Awesome.
Yes.
Amen.
I
Thank
love
you.
that.
Thank
I
you
love
for reading
that.
it. So it just gives you more of, you know, really dealing with yourself. If you're going to step into your true self, it's about dealing with yourself. And then, of course, you know, Marriage Chronicles, we just talk about how we deal with having a resilient marriage. And obviously we have a blended marriage and having gone our separate ways and come back together. So we had to learn each other as adults.
Right.
Because prior to that, we knew each other as children.
Yeah.
So it's interesting, but we just share in that our story. And so this has been a great journey. And really just listening to you guys, I felt like the whole time, like, why are you in my mail? Get out my mail. So this was just therapy. So I know it is therapy for you guys.
Oh,
So
sure.
I'm
Oh, my
just so
goodness.
interested
So
for
all
the
these
comments.
beautiful black sheep, y'all better be commenting.
Yes.
Y'all better be commenting.
Yes.
For real.
Oh.
I know y'all standing out and stuff.
Oh, don't
so
you know it.
let us hear your story.
Yes.
Let us hear, you know, your journey. You know, things like that. Is there anything we can help you with to maybe get through a struggle or something like that? Just let us know. We got you. We got you.
Yes.
And so, and also, Miss Afua,
Yes, ma'am.
she has this beautiful poems I would love to her to talk about.
Oh,
Tell us or say to us.
Yes,
you gotta
yes.
hear it. You gotta hear it.
Oh, we're like in a room full of sisters, huh?
And we're a room full of sisters, baby
We
girl. This all
are.
this chocolate lusciousness up in
Yes.
here. Yeah. So talk about this room full of sisters.
Yes, ma'am. So one of the poems that I really love is A Room Full of Sisters by Mona Lake Jones.
You hear it.
A Room Full of Sisters by Mona Lake Jones. A room full of sisters, like jewels in a crown. Vanilla, cinnamon, and dark chocolate brown.
Ooh.
Now picture yourself in the midst of this glory as I describe to you the sisters who are a part of this story. They were wearing purples, royal blues, and all shades of red. Some had elegant hats on their heads. With sparkling eyes and shiny lips, they moved through the room, swaying their hips. Speaking with smiles on their African faces, their joy and laughter filled all the spaces. They were smart, articulate, and well-read, with all kinds of Black history stored in their heads. Jugglers of professions, managers of lives, mothers of children, lovers and wives. Good-hearted, reaching out to others, giving back to our community and supporting our brothers. All of these sisters struggled the path, suffered from prejudice, and endured the wrath. But they brushed off their dresses and pushed through the doors and came back stronger than they ever were before. Now imagine, if you will, the joy and thrill as you stand feeling proud in the heart of this crowd. A sisterhood of modern sojourners today, still out in front, blazing the way. A room full of sisters, like jewels in a crown. Vanilla, cinnamon, and dark chocolate brown.
You better niggle in there. You better
I love that.
Yeah, we old girl again.
And the way you sing.
And I love that
Yes.
because that's my daughters.
Yes.
I have cinnamon, vanilla, and chocolate. So that's why I love it.
Oh,
Girl,
so
that
beautiful.
thing just, girl, don't you like
Yeah,
mine?
I know y'all like comment on this, y'all.
Yeah,
Y'all want to know
how y'all like that room full of sisters?
Yes.
So
Listen, that stuff is
amazing.
deep.
Amen.
Oh my
I
God.
love it.
And in the air of look at that Black excellence, you know, look at our new vice president, look at our new first lady.
Yes.
You know, look at Michelle. Can we talk about
Oh, girl,
Michelle?
Michelle.
Okay,
Michelle.
the lady that do my hair.
Oh my goodness.
Godspeed to you, but the next hairstyle I want is the Michelle Obama 2021 inauguration. That's the hairstyle I want.
That was gorgeous.
Boy,
That outfit.
Then she said
That plum.
That outfit.
Baby,
Oh my God.
that whole plum.
And wait a minute, did you see Barack's face? Like, yup, that's
Yeah,
me.
that's
That's mine. Yup, yup.
That's my boo.
That was so
Look,
beautiful.
yeah, that was good.
But it was
Stood
so
out.
cool when they hit with Barack Obama and
Kamala.
VP Harris
Yes.
did the fist pump.
Yes.
That was like,
That was
we
so
did it.
good.
girl.
Yep.
That was like, so cute.
Yes,
So
yes.
that was
good.
so amazing. I'm
was.
so hopeful
Mhm.
with this
Me too.
new president and new staff
Yeah.
and everybody that's working with him. Like, he really seems like he is for the people in the country and about unity.
Yeah.
So I'm
That's
just
what we
that's
need.
such a welcome change, Lord.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
Yes,
my
it
goodness.
is. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
So
So good.
I wish them all the best, and I pray for them and pray for our country.
Yes.
That we can all unite once again, and love thy neighbor once again, because baby,
oh.
Mm-mm.
woo!
Ooh,
It's
the
just
freaks
been a-
came out while Trump was in.
It was a freak come out at
While
night.
Trump was in. While Trump
They
was in
came
office,
right
they
on
came
through.
out.
And they
They
came
did.
straight on the lawn, so we
yeah.
all know who all of them are going
Yeah,
round them up.
Lord.
They did.
That's it. Freaks come out at night.
Mm-hmm.
They just came married with.
Bold too. They was bold.
So
Flags
bold.
and carrying
Trump made them
on.
bold. Trump made them bold.
Yeah. Well, I pray that that's behind us.
Yes.
And we have a new beginning.
Yes.
Of hope and great things to
Let's
come.
hope so.
So now that's it. That's all on it.
Amen.
Amen.
Now, write that down. Okay.
Yes,
Yes.
indeed.
All right. So
All
that's
right.
beautiful, beautiful queens.
Yes, beautiful queen.
So do
sisters
we have
in the room.
any shout outs for
I'll
the
let Miss
sisters
Afua go
in the
first.
room?
She's our guest.
Oh well, I definitely have to.
Yes.
I have to shout out my husband
Aw.
and Derek, who's very shy. But the
Got my
reason
brother-in-law. Okay.
the reason I have to shout him out is because he allowed me to go through my process. So when you go through, it's kind of like that movie. I can't remember the name of it, but with the emotions, when you're processing something, you do go through all those different emotions. You go through anger, and you go through this, and you go through that. And I know for many of us, I didn't know a 20-year marriage. I didn't have a blueprint to have a 20-year marriage. I didn't have a blueprint for how do I come out of feeling like a black sheep and feeling like this. And so I'm really grateful that my husband allowed me the space to transform into who I am. He allowed me to be the angry black chick for a minute. But he allowed me the space to grow, and he knew how to reel me in, and he knew how to make little adjustments here and there. And so, I definitely, my only shout out is going to be to my husband.
Aww.
Kids, y'all know. But today, daddy.
Oh, that's so cool.
So sweet. Aw.
That's cool.
Okay, so then we should
Shout out to my husband as well. And my
Yes,
boys
Mr. Brown.
Yes, Mr. Brown and my boys and my daughters in Atlanta. I love y'all. All my family in Florida, Alabama, Ohio, and California, and everywhere. My mom, my brother, my nephews and nieces, my sister.
Your
right
new
here.
sister,
Love
yes.
y'all. So yes, yes, that's it.
You are your mama's child. All the way. Yes.
Well, thank you guys so much, both of
you.
you. Miss Apple, thank you
Yes.
so much for
Thank
coming
you.
on the
Thank
show.
you for the opportunity to
Yes,
be here.
it's so amazing. And my beautiful sister, thank you, Cece, for everything, all that you do. So shout out to my wonderful boys and their lovely spouses. Lexus Boo, hey girl. to all my boys and my grandbabies, y'all know I love y'all. My family all over the country. And shout out to my wonderful, amazing husband, Barry Ward. See him, man. He be doing the doggone thing. I'm telling you.
Yes.
He's doing the doggone thing.
Bam, bam,
Bam, production, baby.
Thank
So
you,
he's an amazing man. So I shout out to him for everything you do behind the scenes, baby. And once again, we're gonna pray for our country, for everybody to unite, come together. No violence. We're gonna have all that. We're gonna have a good time. We got hope.
Yes.
Keep hope alive, for real.
Amen. On that.
Right?
Yes.
And cheers.
Yes.
To all of the ladies in the room, to all you beautiful black sheep.
Yes.
And
Ooh,
thank
all
you
you
once
black sheep.
again for another segment of
Wind Down Fridays. Yes.
Bye.
Good night.